Hello and welcome to the Lyman Wolf podcast. I'm your host, Raceland, and that is my co-host, Nate. What's going on, bud?
Pretty good. Were you just about to say your name was Nate?
Yeah, I mixed up in a second. But we also have a special guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Ty. How's it going?
Hilarious.
Hi, Renit. Hi.
It's our fusion name.
Yeah. What a great start, guys. What a great start. And we're doing our top 10 Nickelodeon shows. I figured all of us grew up in the 90s, so we all are familiar with Nickelodeon. So we're going to talk about our favorite shows.
I miss the 90s.
You missed it. You're very nostalgic today?
Today, yeah.
What about you, Ty?
Only today, yeah.
Yeah, only today. Yeah.
You don't want to be like, man, I missed the time when there was no internet?
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
So I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into our lists. Ty, you're the guest, so how about you start us off?
Yeah, sure. So I told you guys before we recorded, but just for your audience's benefit, I did not rank these in any particular order.
I'm expecting crossovers. Just to let you know, everybody know, I'm expecting crossovers.
Oh, for sure. But we're gonna cap things off with the Wild Thornberries.
Okay. Nate, that on your list?
Not at all.
Mine either.
I wasn't a big fan of Wild Thornberries very much, honestly.
You don't like Darwin?
The only character I really kind of liked was Nigel.
You don't like Donnie?
Donnie?
No.
Dude, I love Donnie. All the memes. It's so funny.
And the funniest thing is he's voiced by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Is he really?
Okay.
That is hilarious.
I did not know that. No, I there's nothing against it. I just didn't really get into it as much.
So why did you put this on your list, Ty?
Because I needed 10 shows.
Oh, okay.
That is
No.
fair reason.
No, I think I like the Wild Thornberries. I'm not like it's got that weird Rugrats look to it because it's the same animation studio, I guess you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like the idea. She, Eliza, she talks to Thornberries. She talks to animals, and that's pretty cool.
I mean, she does talk to Thornberries as well.
She does, yeah. Thornberries and animals.
Yeah.
Well, I watched it a little bit. I didn't get super into the Wild Thornberries. It's one of those shows I put on like in the background if it showed on. But
I would just straight up change the channel.
Oh, hatred. So much hatred.
It wasn't hatred, it was just there's probably something better on.
But yeah, anything else you got to say about the Wild Thornberries, Ty?
Smashing.
Dude,
Nigel was the best part of that.
Nigel, all the memes that came out of that show is why it should definitely be on this list.
Yeah. Who voiced Nigel?
Tim Curry.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I know there was a reason why I liked the voice so much.
Man, I'm just waiting for Nigel to tell Kevin McAllister to get back to his room.
Yeah.
That's what I know Tim Curry from. Is
so many other of his
Home
words.
Alone 2.
Have you ever,
presence.
Raceland, have you ever seen Clue?
I have, a million years ago.
Oh.
It's like one of my favorite Tim Curry movies.
Clue's pretty good.
But yeah, Wild Thornberries, that's a pretty good pick.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go next. And I just realized I forgot to say we've got some honorable mentions. So we're going to blow through those really quick.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Nate, you go with your honorable mention first.
My honorable mention is Real Monsters.
You scared me.
Forgot about that show.
It was like it didn't make my list obviously, but it was something I really liked because I watched it with my dad, and it was just one of the few shows my dad's like, okay, this is all right.
That was almost an honorable mention for me.
That's one of those shows that I didn't really watch much. Like I said, it's another one of those that were like, if it was on in the background, I might not change it. But I do remember liking the guy who would hold his eyeballs. I thought that guy was derpy as hell looking, and he was hilarious looking.
And also, Tim Curry also voiced a character in Real Monsters.
Who did he voice?
Zimbo.
Zimbo, yeah.
Which one is Zimbo?
He was not one of the main three. He was just kind of one of the recurring side characters that looks kind of like a bee.
Yeah, I'd have to see the show. I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't think the character was a very memorable character.
Well, Raceland, you have to remember that Nate is considerably older than us, and this show would have been on a little bit earlier.
Maybe 3, maybe
Nate,
5. I honestly don't know.
Nate, if you listen back to some of our old podcasts, you say that you're an old soul.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been told my whole life.
So he's an old soul in those early 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, Nate, you were like 30 already when that show came out, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably more like 50, honestly.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see in your profile picture you got that old timey hat on.
Let's see. When did that time come out? Nope, I was in my 40s. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You got any other honorable mentions, Nate?
Nope. That is the only honorable mention I have.
Okay. So I got 3 honorable mentions. I'll blow through really fast. If these are on your list, let me know. I got iCarly. It ran from 2007 to 2012. And then they just brought it back, but nobody cares about that.
Some people do, I think.
It's not good. Then I got Rocket Power from 1999 to 2004.
That's on my list.
Hey,
Same.
Let's talk about Rocket Power, guys.
Let's talk about Rocket Power real quick. Rocket Power's pretty good.
Rocket Power is actually my 10th.
Okay.
So this is perfect.
Perfect. Rocket Power almost made my list. I watched the crap out of it, but it was the show that made me want to get into sports, but I was terrible at sports, like extreme sports, like snowboarding, skateboarding, all that kind of stuff. But I was horrible at all that, so it didn't work out that way.
It did not make me want to get into sports, but it did make me like want to start playing the sports game, like Tony Hawk games.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk games were the jam because of Rocket Power. It's like, dude, look at these kids rocking out on the skateboard. I bet I could do that. No, I can't, but Tony Hawk can. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not.
Tony Hawk was also on Rocket Power.
I know, that was so cool. I don't remember what episode it was, but I have a very good memory of an episode where they were inside this like neon skate park, and they were like grinding on these like glow rails and stuff like that. Am I remembering that right?
That sounds right.
I think so. Yeah.
I remember that. I just remember them like thinking as a kid, that's so cool that they were in like this neon skate park.
Those 3 older gentlemen trying to remember our childhood.
My favorite characters were Tito and Raimundo.
Which one, is Raimundo the dad?
Yeah.
Why is the dad one of your favorite characters?
Because he always had like him and Tito always had like stories that they were trying to tell the kids to, and like Raimundo was always something like delinquent stuff that he was doing when he was a kid, and then Tito was like the ancient Hawaiians did this and that, and
yeah, the philosopher.
Just thought it was funny.
No, I completely agree with that because they were a great duo that tried to teach the kids lessons through his own life experiences, and the other one through let us learn from the ancient histories of people. So,
and I always wanted to eat at their restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The Surf Shack or whatever it was called.
Shore Shack.
Yeah, Shore Shack. Yeah.
Nate, did you tell us who your favorite character was?
Tito.
Tito,
was my favorite, because he was the philosopher and just really laid back.
I really.
Hold on, Raceland. I want a prediction. I have a prediction on who your favorite character is.
Oh God. Okay.
Is it Squid?
Which one's Squid?
He was the nerdy kid.
Which nerdy kid? Isn't there 2 nerdy kids? Is Squid?
He was the goalie on their hockey team.
Isn't his name Sam?
The one that looks like you.
Yeah, the one.
Wow, what a dick.
So, like, I wasn't trying to go there, but I was definitely thinking it.
Wow, and I was just about to say, I think my favorite character was Sam because I really related that I was, like, trying so hard to be the cool kid and I wasn't.
Yeah, he wore a shark helmet.
Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Just like Raceland, yeah.
You know me, always wearing those shark helmets.
Blonde buzz cut.
Yep, that's my guy right there. Stocky fat kid. That's me. You know, it's kind of ironic.
No, he wasn't fat. His clothes were just baggy.
You know, it's kind of ironic.
No, they show him in his swim trunks. His clothes fit his body perfectly.
Oh.
It's kind of ironic. Growing up as a kid, I was a little beanpole. I was a twig. I didn't become fat until I became an adult.
You're not fat now.
That's debatable.
I would say you're not. But Maurice would probably be like high points for his hat.
Who's Maurice?
The main character.
Is that the? I thought
Are you talking about Twister?
Oh, yeah, the best friend. I'm sorry.
I don't know these people. Which one is Otto?
Otto's the main character.
Yeah, that's who I thought the main character was.
Yeah, I've got the two characters mixed up. That was my fault.
Oh, I was just like, who the heck is Maurice?
Yeah, don't call Twister by his legal name. Come on, Nate.
I'm an old man. Well, I'm sorry.
Man, his name is Maurice. Get it right. But yeah, Rocket Power made my honorable mention only because there's better shows in my opinion. But Rocket Power is really good.
Yeah, agreed.
And then I have one more honorable mention, which I guarantee is on your guys' list, and that is Rugrats.
Yeah, that's on my list.
It ran from 1991 to 2006. Let's get into Rugrats.
Which that's insane if you think about it.
Yeah.
It was on for 15 years.
I had to Google that, and I was like, when I Googled that, I was like, that can't be right. There's no way that's right. But yeah.
Plus, they also did the All Grown Up. So
I was going to say, and if you add All Grown Up to that, that's been even longer.
All Grown Up was actually pretty good. I don't know why people hated that show.
I didn't hate it.
I knew a lot of people that didn't like it.
So I have Rugrats on my list as my number 5, and I lumped All Grown Up with it because it's the same continuity and same story.
No,
basically.
they're completely different shows.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so
Nate, we've had this argument before. We've had this argument before, Nate.
I know, and you're wrong every time. But
okay, if they say coming up next is Rugrats, and then followed by that in 2 hours, it's All Grown Up. They're two different shows, man.
I mean, they're just different eras of the same characters.
No, that's wrong.
Two different thumbnails on Netflix, Nate.
Yep, exactly. Ty gets it.
That's Netflix. They just want to make sure you can be able to pick between younger or
actually.
Oh yeah,
Ty, you're wrong. It's two different thumbnails on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
Because Paramount owns Nickelodeon.
This podcast is sponsored and brought to you by Paramount Plus.
I mean, if they want to sponsor us, that'd be great.
I mean, it kind of is because it's all Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Nickelodeon or Paramount. If you want to sponsor us, great.
After we finish talking about Rugrats, I do actually have one honorable mention.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I don't have anything else to say about Rugrats. Rugrats was another.
Hold on. Who's everybody's favorite Rugrat?
Yeah.
Like, okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Rugrats. All we did was say, "Oh, it's an honorable mention."
All right, my favorite Rugrat. Man. Oh man, I don't know. I gotta give it to Tommy, I guess, because he's the leader.
Okay. Ty, how about you?
Does Reptar count?
Reptar, the mascot of the show.
Sure.
Is it because he's a kaiju? Is it because he's a kaiju?
Yeah. Of course it's because he's a kaiju.
I figured as much.
People out there that don't know, Ty is a massive fan of kaiju, like Godzilla and King Kong and all that.
So, my favorite is actually tied between Tommy and Chucky.
I almost said Chucky.
For me, it's like you can't have one without the other.
Nate, your favorite Rugrat is Angelica, for sure.
No.
Also, like, shout out to Grandpa Lou.
It was such a
perverted old man.
Sprouts.
Yep. Oh man.
Looking back at I've seen TikToks all the time of like they explaining like the adult stuff that was in shows that we missed, and all the stuff that old man did that I just kind of went over my head as a kid. And he's just like. He's talking about he's like, can't have these. These are Grandpa's adult magazines. And I'm like, oh, no.
I see those too, and I like laugh a little and kind of cry a little because I didn't miss those. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Rugrats was wild, man. You remember that episode where Tommy thought his dad was a robot, and so like he tried to like break into his dad's bedroom and take a screwdriver and try to like screw his chest off to see if he was a robot?
My God, no, I don't remember that.
I remember him
Rugrats
breaking
was
into the
wild.
room. I don't remember him trying to screw his chest off.
Have you
And
guys?
I'm not even talking about like Rugrats Go Wild, which was the crossover with the Wild
The
Thornberries,
Wild Thornberries.
where Spike the dog was voiced by Bruce Willis.
No way.
I did
Way.
not see that. Dang.
I saw it in the movie theater at the Melba with
Oh, it was a full-on movie.
Smell-O-Vision.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever heard the? Have you? Oh, God. Have you guys heard the theory about Rugrats? How it's like the darkness of Rugrats, of how it's like every character is like a personality of Chucky, and that's why the
Yeah.
show's so dark and messed up.
Yeah. Because like all the other children are either dead or like something is wrong with them.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a very dark fan theory.
Huh. Yeah, that's my honorable mentions. I guess Nate, do you want to go next, or whoever go next?
Hold on. We got one more honorable mention.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
For a very, very brief period of time, Nickelodeon aired Dragon Ball Z Kai, and that's my honorable mention.
Oh my God.
Nice. Okay.
But Nate would say that doesn't matter because it's all part of the Dragon Ball stuff.
I mean, yeah, it is a part of the Dragon Ball stuff.
But the other parts of the Dragon Ball weren't aired on Nickelodeon.
So, I'm not understanding what you're trying to get at.
Nothing. Just never mind, Nate. Anyways, let's move on. So who's next? Whoever wants to go next.
Well, let's see here. Ty went, then we did honorable mentions, and the honorable mentions covered my 10. So I guess you're up.
Me? All right. My number 10 ran from 2002 to 2009, and that was the show Chalkzone.
Hey,
Shit.
that's
Okay.
my number 11.
That's my number 9.
Hey, I
That
told
was
you,
mine.
crossovers!
Yeah.
Chalkzone
Okay.
was awesome. Chalkzone was I feel like that was a show they never tried before. That was like a new idea.
Yeah,
Very, go ahead, Nate.
I love the concept of it.
Right.
Being able to go into your own drawings. Like, that was back when I
cool.
drew.
And then
What?
when they're in the chalk zone, like everything looks like it's made out of chalk. It was very, they did a good job with the art design.
Definitely.
And
Being able to differentiate between the two.
I loved how anything that... What was the main character's name? What was that dude's name? Do you know?
Rudy.
Rudy's got
Rudy.
the chalk.
That's
Rudolph Bartholomew Rudy
Shut up, Nate. It's
Tabuti.
Rudy. It's Rudy.
No, I'm just saying, like, his full name is hilarious. Rudolph Bartholomew Tabuti. So he's
Rudy
Rudy
Tabuti.
Tabuti.
I just love the fact that anytime Rudy made something in Chalkzone, it just came to life.
Yeah, because he had the magic chalk.
I know. It's just...
Rudy's got the chalk.
I don't remember. Did they explain that he can only use it, or can anybody use it?
I think anybody can use it.
Okay, it's been a long time since I've watched
Because-
the show.
I think there was an episode where he lost the chalk to another, like a chalk creation, and the chalk creation started going ham and going crazy in the chalk zone.
Okay, yeah. That's such a good show, man. They need to reboot that. Would you guys want to watch a reboot of Chalkzone?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I would want to. Would I have the time to? I don't know. About
It's
that.
not going to be
You have plenty of
Chalkzone.
time to watch whatever you want, Nate.
I got so many other things to watch though.
Guys, it's modern age. It wouldn't be Chalkzone because chalkboards are non-existent anymore. It's
Dry erase zone.
no,
It's
it's gonna
whiteboard
be
zone.
it's gonna be iPad Zone or something, Kindle or
Stop
Photoshop
saying things
zone.
that make me sad.
Surface
Photoshop
Pro
Zone.
Zone.
What's that iPhone eraser thing?
Also, like a lot of the shows that we've already mentioned and probably will mention, Chalkzone had a great theme song.
Oh yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Nickelodeon thrived in, was awesome theme songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 10. It's Chalkzone. Whoever you pick between you two, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Yeah, Ty would be up next.
So we've already done Rugrats and Chalkzone and Wild Thornberries. So next on my list, which would be number 8, is Hey Arnold.
Hey
Okay.
Arnold. That did not make my list.
Yeah, that one is another one that I enjoyed. It almost made my honorable mentions list, but I figured one of you would cover it. So
I wasn't
didn't
even a
think
fan.
I need to.
I think so. Like, Hey Arnold is, I guess, and I don't watch a lot of these, but like a slice of life show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's just, there's just so many great characters, and it takes place in, I guess, New York. So you get that big city feeling.
The Big Apple.
Yeah, it takes place in the Big Apple, and then just like the characters are just so great. You got Arnold, you got all of his friends, you got Grandpa. Shout out to the Grandpa on this show as well. Nickelodeon has great grandpas.
So Hey Arnold takes place in the fictional city of Hillwood, Washington.
Of course.
So
The
Hey Arnold.
opposite side of New York.
Hey Arnold was one of those shows that, like Nate said with another show, is one of those shows that when it came on, I actually turned it off. I wasn't a fan of Hey Arnold.
I think that I know you're not going to, but I think that you should give it another shot, because I think that it holds up a lot better than some of the other shows that we're probably going to talk about today.
Was Hey Arnold bought by Disney, or is it still Nickelodeon?
No, it's still Nickelodeon. Although I think Nickelodeon has a deal. I mean, obviously they're on Paramount, but I think they must have a deal with Netflix also, because I thought that they've had some like specials on Netflix, and one of them I thought was a Hey Arnold movie that kind of tied up the cliffhanger ending of this slice of life show that had a cliffhanger ending for some reason.
All I know from Hey Arnold is all the memes I see of, what's her name, Helga, like obsessing over Arnold.
There is that.
She was probably my first introduction to like a Tsunadari character.
What the heck is an Asuna?
Hey Arnold is just a slice of life anime.
Yeah. Tsunadaris are characters in anime that are very mean to the person they really, really like.
That's a lot of anime characters.
Yeah, it's a very popular character trait.
But yeah, I can see why Hey Arnold would be on your list, Ty. It seems like a very Thai show.
It's got that theme song. It's got all that jazz music.
Isn't that the one where it's just like there's not really any talking and it's just all like do 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 do.
But do 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 do. Yep.
Okay.
Hey Arnold always reminded me of like if Peter Parker didn't get powers.
Peter Parker's just
actually, yeah, that's not a bad comparison.
So does that make Helga MJ? Like
maybe like MJ is kind of mean to Peter at some points in the comics, I think.
We cannot take this comparison further.
Okay. All right. So Nate, any more about Hey Arnold?
Not for me.
No. Ty?
No, football head.
Wait. Who's
nice.
your favorite character, Ty?
My favorite character?
Yeah.
Man, I like a lot of them. Arnold's pretty cool. He's got that he's just so good. Like, he's just a good person.
Yeah.
Like the grandpa, of course.
Always the grandpa.
I like funny old people. What can I say?
Phil Shortman.
Yeah, Grandpa Phil.
Wait, is it Grandpa Phil? Like I said, I didn't really watch the show. Doesn't he like talk? He's like, "Hey Arnold" or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have that like old grandpa voice, like that old like squeaky grandpa voice?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and I like a lot of the one-off characters that I can't talk to you guys about because you guys haven't watched the show. But
it's the show I would turn on, like and just like play it in the background. So I have seen some of it. I just didn't pay too much attention.
Like, there's a character named Pigeon Man who just like lives on a rooftop, and he's like isolated himself from the world, and he takes care of these pigeons. And like one day Arnold's friends go up there and vandalize the pigeon coop.
Jeez.
And he decides that he needs to, he really can't be around people, and his pigeons lift him into the air and he flies off into the sunset.
What the hell?
I actually
It's-
think I
it's-
remember that episode.
It's a great show.
Like he stretches his arms out and everything as
Yeah,
he
he's
goes
got,
off
like,
into the sun.
He's got like pull cords on his overcoat, and he's got a flight hat on.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
the darkest 5 o'clock shadow looking thing. Ever.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Nate. I guess that moves on to you, bud.
Let's see here. We've done my 10th. We've done my 9th. So I guess I'm on 8 now. Invader Zim.
That's my number 6.
Ha. So Invader Zim was like one of my favorite, just dark comedy kind of stuff.
Oh, there's nothing dark, man. Is you good?
Yeah, it like I'm not a big fan of like gross out humor. And I found that out because Invader Zim would sometimes push that envelope for me. I'm like, okay, so this is where I draw the line for this interest. And yeah, so Invader Zim, I really liked the show, and it helped teach me a little bit about myself on what my tastes were.
Ty, did you watch this show?
I don't have a lot of nice things to say about Invader Zim. I think it kind of sucks.
Oh,
That is, I mean, that is a fair point.
I think Invader Zim, and more importantly, like fans of Invader Zim,
Ouch.
I've always called it like the school shooter show.
Oh my God, Ty!
That's sorry. That's what it's like. Those kind of people like that show.
I like that show a lot.
Well, you know.
So did I, and I wasn't that way. And you,
Like, Gurr is hilarious.
Yep, he sure is.
Nate, Gurr's hilarious, right?
Gurr is stupidly funny, yes.
Yeah, see, I can take stupidly funny.
That's what he's supposed to be.
And I love how the entire town could never wrap their head that he's an alien. They're like, no.
Except Dib.
Dib, you're insane. That's just a normal kid. Leave the nice kid alone. And he's like, he's an alien!
Yeah, it just... The episodes were just darkly funny, and like I said, it's helped me what boundaries I wanted in my humor. Because of Invader Zim is actually probably why I'm not a big fan of South Park.
Oh, South Park. South Park's one of the best shows of all time. Don't compare this to South Park.
I imagine that there's another Nickelodeon show that will not be on your list then. That's pretty famous. If you don't like the gross out stuff.
It's possible.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess we'll
I'm
get
not
there.
sure which one he's talking about either.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see.
Are you? No, I think I do. RNS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
I hated that show so much. Okay, so that is my number 8? 8th, yes. So, Raceland, you are up.
I'm up. All right. So my number 8 or number 9, because we didn't do number 9, was was a show that was on from 2005 to 2008, and it's the show Zoey 101.
Okay.
Ah, Jamie Lynn Spears.
Dude, I had like the biggest crush on her when I was a kid. I was like, Zoe's so attractive. Because if you think about it, me and Jamie Lynn Spears at the time are the exact same age.
At the time.
That's true.
Because
As he got older, she didn't, apparently.
what are you talking about?
Just wording.
Oh, okay. Shut up. Anyways, yeah, I love that show. This was like one of my first introductions to like the teenage drama stuff. Of like, you know,
Okay.
will they, won't they kind of shows.
Okay.
Did you guys watch this show at all?
No.
No.
Oh, cool. So it's just me, guys.
This is not on my list.
It's
Oh,
not even on my list.
whatsoever.
I mean, I know what it is and I
Come on,
remember
guys.
it,
Come
but
on, man.
I heard the title, but other than that, I had absolutely no interest in anything of it.
Am I the only one that wanted some teenage romance in my shows? Come on,
I
guys.
mean, I was able to get teenage romance in quite a few of my shows.
I like that Vine where there's a microwave counting down, and when it gets to 101, it zooms in on the counter, and the theme song, like a split second of it, plays. That's
Yep.
pretty funny.
That's my favorite part of the show. Yep.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about.
Stupid, Ty. You're so stupid. No, but Zoey 101 was just one of those shows that had a really cool cast of characters, and like I said, lots of will they, won't they crap that happened. And 13-year-old Rayson was like all about that.
Fair enough.
What was the show about?
It was just basically about this. Zoey was the main character. She went to some school. I want to say it was like a private school, and it was just all of her friends, and it was her daily life throughout the school. But her best friend was trying to get out of the friend zone, and that was the big plot of the whole show. Is that he really liked her and was scared to tell her. So, everything happened till the end of the show, and then maybe they'll get together, kind of thing.
A will they, won't they? Okay.
Yeah, it's literally what the entire show is. It's a will they, won't they.
So I just read the premise of it as well, and it sounds exactly like a webcomic I read, except switched. So yeah, okay. I might have actually liked this show.
So, Nate, time to give it a shot. It's on Paramount.
Probably. I don't even have Paramount.
Time to get Paramount. You can't have a Nickelodeon podcast and not have their freaking streaming service. Come on, man.
I can because I wasn't the one who picked the topic.
That's true. But yeah, that's
I'll wait
my
for
number.
the reboot.
What?
I said I'll wait for the reboot.
Yeah, with everything going on with Jamie Lynn Spears nowadays, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, you never know.
Maybe if they do a reboot with Britney Spears, how would that go over?
They could do a reboot with a whole new cast.
Nah, you have to have
A new Zoey.
No, it's going to be Chloe 101. Anyways, that's my number 9. A show that nobody watched. Whoever's next, go next.
I think it's me.
It had 4 seasons, so somebody watched it. Other than
I watched it all the time. I watched marathons and stuff.
All right. So my number 7 is Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
Yeah,
The Adventures of.
That's my number 8. That's my next pick.
Yeah, I figured this would be on one of y'all's list. It is not on my list. I didn't like the show.
I could see that. I was about to say I could definitely see Nate not liking this show.
How do you not like the show?
All of the characters to me were just annoying.
See, I thought it was going to be an art style thing for you, Nate.
Well, yeah, no, the 3D animation I usually am a fan of, but the way they did it with that one, I just didn't quite like it. I don't know if it was
Carl
like
Weezer.
I was just going to say Carl Weezer.
He was super annoying and creepy.
Hey,
Jimmy's
guys.
mom.
Yeah, like no. There is not a. I didn't watch too much of it, obviously, because I didn't really like it. But what I did watch, the characters that I saw, none of them were appealing. I didn't like any of them.
Hey, Nate.
The Adventures of Sheen.
Hey, Nate, you don't want that croissant?
See, I've heard that reference, but I have no clue what that is. Like, sure, I like croissants. Why wouldn't I want a croissant? They're amazing, but in the context of this show, no clue.
I think you're wrong, Nate. I think the characters are awesome.
I
And
feel
don't
like
forget about all the aliens, too.
characters are awesome for trolls.
Yeah, that's why I like the show so much.
This
Yeah,
is
what
like
about Hugh Neutron, his dad?
Hey,
he was even
Jimbo.
more annoying.
He was obsessed with ducks.
All the memes that came out with with Hugh Neutron.
Jimbo.
Hey, Ty, you can at least agree this show had one of the best Nickelodeon crossovers ever.
It did.
With
And
another show that's
show-
going to be on everybody's list.
with the show that's going to be on my list later.
Which
Yeah.
is literally my next pick.
I was so bummed when they did that cross. I was like, man.
No, man, I like Jimmy. He's smart. I like Sheen because he's manic and funny. I like Carl because he likes llamas and Jimmy's mom. I like.
Hey, Jimmy's mom.
I think I like all of his inventions and stuff. You know what? Here's a controversial hot take for you guys.
Oh, yeah?
I like Jimmy Neutron more than Dexter's Lab.
That is something I highly disagree
I
with.
highly disagree with that as well.
Yeah, because Nate, I know you don't like annoying characters.
Yeah.
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee is a very annoying character, yeah. But
Dexter's annoying.
Dexter is not annoying.
Guys,
He's just
hey,
kinda
guys, we're gonna
socially stupid.
we're gonna do a Cartoon Network list at some point, okay?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Jimmy Neutron's great theme song as usual. Go on.
It just felt like they tried to
Jimmy's
combine Fairly Odd Parents and Dexter's
Jimmy's
Lab, and
mom.
it didn't work out very well, in my opinion.
I forgot how funny that is. Hi there, Jimmy's mom.
Oh my god. I believe I'm up next.
Yeah, go ahead, Nate.
So my next one is, I don't even remember what number we're on. Doug.
That's the one I was thinking of. That Disney. Did it come from Disney or did Disney buy it?
Disney ended up buying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the other two's mixed up. That's
But it
what
was originally on Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Yes. And it ran from 1991 to 1999.
Is that including with Disney?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Because I think Disney got it in 1995 or 96. I'm not sure.
So this is another show that when it came on, I would just turn off. I wasn't really interested in this show.
I'm big on that slice of life.
I don't know,
this
man.
one, this was just a chill vibe show for me.
And see, when I was a kid, I wanted my Nickelodeon shows to be crazy, full of action and comedy.
And this was my will they, won't they between Doug and Patty.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Hold on a second. Excuse me. You wanted your shows to be full of action. Did you not see the Quail Man episodes?
Exactly.
No, I did not.
Where he put his underwear over his pants, his belt on his head to make a quail, whatever that's part of the quail is called. Yeah.
The feather touch.
That sounds so dumb.
He's a superhero.
Whatever that part of the quail's called.
Why a quail?
I don't know.
Why not? Why a spider for Spider-Man? Like,
Because it's a threatening being. A quail is not a threatening
Graceland,
animal.
he had a dog named Pork Chop.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't they have a character? Wasn't his best friend named like Skeeter or something like that?
Yeah, and he was blue.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I liked about this show. Is that there's like the characters made no sense in their reality. It's like, you know what? Skin tone doesn't matter. We'll have blue, we'll have green, we'll have yellow, we'll have all whatever.
We'll have purple.
Yeah, like it genuinely felt like at times they just ran out of a certain color and just grabbed another color at random to color in the character.
Why was Doug hanging out with Mr. Dink?
Just because.
Mr. Dink was just like this older guy, this older gentleman, I guess a neighbor, and Doug wouldn't leave him alone.
I mean, that's Back to the Future for you, man.
That's true, I guess. He did invent stuff, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I don't think any of it was good.
No.
But I think he even gave him some advice. So he was like kind of a mentor to Doug in a really stupid way because I don't think any of his advice was good.
He was Mr. Dink to his friends, but to his customers, he was Mr. Dank.
Yeah. Was he?
Mr. Dank.
Are you trolling?
What a dank character, bro.
I'm like, I don't remember that.
Especially around 420.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is my whatever number we're on.
Okay. I guess, am I next?
You're next.
Yes.
All right. That moves on to my number 7. A show that ran from 2001 to all the way to 2017.
Wow.
And it's a show that is on everybody's list. The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep, that's my number 3.
That is my number 7.
My number 4.
Yeah. So your guys is a lot higher than mine.
I love Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents is awesome.
I agree. I think I stopped watching the show though when Wanda and Cosmo had the baby. I think that's when I started outgrowing Fairly Odd Parents.
Was it Poof, I think?
Yeah,
I don't even
Poof.
remember the baby's name. All I know is that I watched the crap out of it as a kid, and then I started getting a little older, and I kind of grew out of it. But as we mentioned before, Fairly Odd Parents and the Jimmy Neutron crossover, pretty much one of the best things on Nickelodeon I ever watched. I love that crossover so much.
Probably one of the best crossovers of all time.
I
really.
agree.
Probably like the best episode of Jimmy Neutron, I'd say. Yeah.
Shut up, Nate. It was so, you gotta agree though, it was very creepy to see Timmy Turner in 3D. That was so creepy
Yeah,
looking.
no, it was because the 3D animation they used was just creepy.
I loved seeing Jimmy though in 2D and like messing with the
I mean,
the
that was
fairies
probably
and
the
stuff.
best time he looked.
You're never gonna let that go, are you?
You know, it's a shame. Like, we got all these Jimmy Neutron characters. They go into Timmy's world, and so we get to see 2D versions of them, but we never get to see a 2D version of Jimmy's.
The art that would come out of Jimmy's mom in 2D.
All right.
I mean, there's probably
All right,
art
no.
out there.
Nope.
Anyway, so what made everybody love Fairly Odd Parents?
You want to talk about like a cast of characters that are just amazing?
Yeah, like even the worst character on the show would just somehow be oddly charming.
Who's the worst character, Nate?
I'm trying to think of who I would consider to be the worst.
Crocker?
No,
No.
Crocker's the best character.
Nah, he's not the best, but he's not the worst either.
What about
Very Odd
what about
Parents.
what about Timmy's dad, who's always like, "This is where I put a trophy if I had one."
I do love Timmy's dad.
Timmy's dad's hilarious. His feud
Dinkelberg.
with the Dinkelbergs is hilarious. Like, especially when they go back in time and actually like give you a glimpse as to why he has such a hatred for Dinkelberg.
I like all
What
the
about
characters.
Vicky?
I like.
Would Vicky be the one of the worst?
Yeah, Vicky's probably the worst,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, Vicky's little sister,
Tootie?
Tootie.
Wait, is Tootie the one that was obsessed with Timmy?
Yeah, she just annoyed me.
She's
Hey,
the one
Nate.
that had the huge crush on him, right?
Yes,
Okay,
Nate, I
I
have a
remember
question
Tootie.
for you.
with the braces and everything. Yeah. What up?
Nate, if Tootie were to cross over into Jimmy Neutron's world, would she change her name to 3D?
That's so stupid, Ty.
Such a horrible joke. Yes, actually, though she would.
3D.
God. So yeah, that is
Like
That is-
Jorgen? Jorgen?
What's his
Jorgen
name?
von Strangle?
I was just gonna say, what's his name? Like Von something?
yeah, because he was like the trope of Arnold Schwarzenegger characters.
You have to
And-
follow the rules.
But then
Dolph
he also, in an episode, had another Arnold Schwarzenegger character named Arnold Schwarzengerman
I remember that.
and Sylvester Calzone.
That's so,
So-
funny. And as a kid, I didn't get the references, and now I think they're hilarious.
I did not
Fairly Odd
realize
Parents is great.
that the same actor or actress voiced both Vicky and Tootie at the same time.
See, one of the best and the other best, right, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. Was the Cosmo and Timmy's dad also the same voice actor?
Yep, as well as Wanda and Timmy's mom.
Nice.
But not
And
Jimmy's
Cosmo.
mom.
No, Mr. Turner and Jorgen von Strangle all shared the same voice actor.
Interesting.
But like
Yeah.
this show has so many layers. Like, you know, you got the Crocker episodes, you got the Crimson Chin stuff,
Oh,
you know,
I totally
you got
forgot about the Crimson Chin stuff.
like the anti-fairies and the pixies and
Yeah.
that are all voiced by Ben Stein.
They do an amazing job of just world building. Even if it's ridiculous world building, it's still just wow. There's
We-
so much in there.
We can't all forget about the Drake Bell live action movie they did.
I've never seen it.
I have.
It's bad.
Uh,
It's really bad.
Like I wasn't. It's better than Jimmy Neutron, but
Oh
it's
my
not
god.
great.
Nate, you're so wrong for that. You don't
Yeah.
even know.
Well, did you guys see that they remade Fairly Odd Parents live action again? Was it like last year or something like that?
Did they?
It got roasted on the internet. Like,
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
you're right.
Let's see here.
It got torn apart. It was so bad.
2017.
Oh, okay, really? I thought it was way more recent. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page now.
What about Chip Skylark and his shiny teeth?
It's my shiny teeth
That,
and
oh
me.
man, Chip was hilarious.
And his rival, Skip Sparky Pants. I love that show. That show's great.
It is. It is just.
So I googled when you said you're looking up the live action thing. I typed in Fairly Odd Parents live action, and the first one that came up was the Drake Bell one. It's called A Fairly Odd Movie. Grow up, Timmy Turner, and it has a 3 out of 10.
Perfect.
Oh. So it says here that it's a series. A live action series was announced 2021.
That's what I'm
and
thinking
it
of.
Premiered on March 31st, 2022.
And that's the one I was thinking of that got absolutely torn apart.
Yeah, The Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odder.
Very creative title.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Doug Dimmadome, I feel like.
Yes.
Who's Doug Dimmadome?
He's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Yeah, he's the super rich Texan-looking guy.
That's right. Didn't he own like everything?
Well, he definitely owned the Dimmadome.
Yeah, he owned a lot, but he was like the super rich guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
With not a 12-gallon hat. It was more like a
40-gallon.
Yeah.
It was stupidly tall.
Dang
For
it,
the
Ty.
alien, Mark Tang.
Dang it, Ty. Now I'm over here singing, my shiny teeth, that sparkle.
We're gonna get a copyright strike.
I bet.
All of a sudden.
But yeah,
Dark
that is
Laser.
my number, I guess, 7. It's Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
I think that's one of the longest running shows on my list, probably.
Probably ran a little bit too long.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, they just kept coming up with more stuff, which, I mean, eh.
Well, it's like, okay, so Cosmo and Wanda had a baby. Fine, whatever, sure. Then there was a magic fairy dog that lasted like a season.
I don't even know about that.
And then they had introduced like another character, a girl, and like Timmy had to share his fairies with her. And it's like, okay, at this point,
Just
just let it die.
have Timmy grow up and Calvin Hobbes it. Like, let his kid have the fairy parents.
So who's next?
I think it's me.
Yeah.
All right, Ty.
All right, so my number 6 is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, that is my number 1.
That is my number 2.
Stole your guys' thunder.
Damn.
Okay.
So sad. How's that number
I'm getting
6?
used to it with this list.
I told you it's not in order,
Oh, that's right.
but it also wouldn't be my number 1 either.
Oh, wow.
It's not my number 1. It's my number 2.
It's only number 2. But yeah, Avatar's awesome.
Avatar's pretty good.
That show is like massively popular, and the fact that they compacted so much lore and so much great storytelling with only 3 seasons.
Which always, like, I always get mixed up in my old age now, because I always think there's a 4th season just because of the 4 elements, because each season was based off of the elements, but I always forget that it wasn't one. It's just, man, it was
pretty
a great show.
It's pretty damn impressive that, like, you're right, they did all this world building and character development and storytelling in 3 seasons, and this show has like an actual ending. It didn't get canceled. They were able to tell the complete story.
I mean,
the quality did not drop an ounce throughout its entire running.
It arguably climbed.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, we can get better.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
we
did.
can get better. We can get better. I guess we can keep trying until we fail, and then they're just like, oh, it's done. We didn't fail.
so what would
Then
you
they made
guys
Korra.
what would you guys say is your favorite season out of the 3? Was it the introduction to Aang? Would it be all the Bossing Say stuff, or the Fire Nation stuff at the end?
Man,
I'd say the Fire Nation stuff at the end, because that's when we get to like see the accumulation of all of his travels coming together and like the impact he's had on the world.
you know what? I was gonna say something very similar. It's like you're rewarded for watching the first 2 seasons by all the callbacks and all these characters that you haven't seen in a bit, but you remember them because you watched those first 2 seasons. And also, season 3 has the best episode, which is the Ember Island players.
Is that
Yeah.
you talking about with the Fire
They
Nation
go-
chicks?
Yeah, they go to the play in the
play
Fire
that's made-
Nation.
Makes
Oh,
fun of them horribly.
It's so good.
and is it like the one that plays Toph, like this huge hulking man?
Yes. And then Aang is played by a girl, and
Didn't Toph like actually was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I remember, if I remember right,
Toph was super cool with it. She was like, "Oh, it's perfect."
Yeah, like
if I remember right, at this point, like Aang and Katara were like kind of together, and then like they came out with the play, and it was played by the girl. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much for saving me, Katara. I love you like a sister." And then they just kind of like look at each other like, "Oh,
no. Plus, they acted like Katara's character was just kind of a bimbo-ish almost.
and always
Just
like."
fills me with so hope.
And I love how Toph is like, "She nailed you, Twinkle Toes."
Oh man.
No, but back
Sokka
to
just kept saying, "I'm starving."
Back to my original question. I would say my favorite season is probably season 2, because the whole Bossing Say thing was Zuko's transformation to realizing that he's been wrong this whole time, and his realization that he could be a better person, and his uncle really had a big hand in that, because
And then he chooses to be a bad guy anyway.
yeah, we ignore that. We ignore that.
We get there eventually.
It takes the help of another guy's woman to change his heart.
And Nate, that is also the season that gives us the episode explaining how Zuko should be with Katara.
Yeah, I know what you're wanting to lead into. I
Oh,
tried to cut
boy.
that off.
Ty, don't you agree they had a moment in the Crystal Cataclysms?
Not really.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
No,
Katara
but-
showed him compassion and care. Thus, they had a moment.
Yeah, they did have a moment, okay? Anyways, what's everybody's favorite character?
Zuko.
Zuko, okay.
I'm tied with Aang and Sokka.
Aang and Sokka. And I'm over here like, yeah, go Toph.
I like
Toph's
a
an
lot
amazing
of
character.
I like Aang, Sokka, and Toph also. I really enjoy Zuko's character arc.
Zuko's
Yeah.
my second favorite.
It is, I will say, for me, Sokka has probably the best character arc, because we see him going from like this goofish kind of idiot that is all talk, and then to someone who can take down a whole bunch of soldiers because he actually decides to train and doesn't have the bending powers.
I mean, he takes his meteor sword at the end and takes down an entire plane with just a sword.
Yeah.
That still only counts as one.
But Zuko definitely like either has a equal character arc in my opinion, or just behind it, because his character arc is also just very good.
Let me tell you the one thing they did wrong with Zuko.
What's that?
He should have kept his swords and
Agreed.
integrated them into his bending.
Yeah, like I do really agree with that.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
I never understood why he kind of abandoned them.
I mean,
or
there
why
was
they decided him to just stop using them.
a
I mean, he
part where
didn't-
he picked up the swords and like threw flames from his swords. Like that
Yeah, and it was
happened.
awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like that was like, hey guys, you should make this happen.
Nah, that was a one-off.
So Ty, did you ever end up reading any of the comic books that came out after the show ended?
No.
Oh, you should just not. because
I won't then.
because they kind of damper Aang's character. You know what I'm talking about, Nate.
Yeah.
Explain to him why they kind of like ruin his character a little bit.
So spoiler warning for anybody who is interested in reading them. Basically, they take Aang's entire concept of like the world sharing kind of thing, and is like, let's go the opposite and just have Aang be super divisive on everybody, just to try to please everybody. Which, like,
give him that example.
there's a part in the comics where a Fire Nation is still controlling one of the Earth Nation cities, and the leaders or the leader of the Earth Nation is like, hey, we want our city back, get them out of our city. And he's like, I mean, they've been living there for decades at this point, they have families, like, I don't care, we want our city. But like, okay, fine. And Aang pretty much is in favor with separating families just to try to please the leader of the Fire Nation or the Earth Nation, where Zuko is like, I mean, no, they're families. Like, why? I'm not going to take this daughter from her father simply because her mother was an earthbender and her father is a firebender. It just completely messes up Aang's thing. And even Katara's like, Aang, you do realize you're an airbender and I'm a waterbender, right? Like, your whole divisive thing is not working even in your own practices. It just really didn't do service to Aang.
I mean, all I'm hearing is that Aang was wrong and Zuko was right all along, and I have no problem with that.
I wouldn't say all along.
All along.
Only in the
all along
comic.
the entire time.
And like, it's just so weird that they went that route with
You
Aang.
see, this is why you shouldn't seek out that extra supplemental material, because you might not like what you find.
I mean, the one thing I will say is that Aang does eventually, like, oh shit, slap forehead moment. And they also do really good job of keeping the art style practically the exact same. So
Art
if you
style
are
doesn't
a fan
make for
of,
story though.
no, but again, they do get to the point where Aang's like, okay, I'm being an idiot. I need to stop.
After they've already ruined his character.
Yeah, well, that's not ruining the character. It's just introducing a stupid dark point in the character's history.
It'd be kind of like if, say, like, you're a Jedi Master and you accidentally try to kill your nephew, and then like he turns around and kills all your Jedi, and you decide to go hide on an island planet for
Hey, who are you talking about?
20 years.
That's incredibly stupid. Who would possibly write something like that?
I don't know, but it sounds like some Aang stuff to me.
It sounds, I don't know, Nate. It kind of sounds like you're angry.
Ah!
Oh my gosh. I am angry at the comics, though.
Anyways, we need to move on.
We do.
But we can't forget about everybody's favorite actual character in Avatar, which is
Iroh.
No, it's Exploding Angry Man or whatever his name is. The Explosion Man guy. With the,
Boomer?
Combustion Man.
Oh.
No. What did they call? Was his name Combustion Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy with the like third eye kind of thing.
And they.
I like that idea.
They never explain how his firepower works.
Yeah.
They're like, that's a new bending, but we're not going to go into explaining why. Okay, move on. I'm like, what?
Like that they had that.
I thought you were going to say the cabbage salesman was
Oh,
the best character.
that's
Generally, yeah.
That's probably it should have been the better character. What about Boomy, his friend from the Earth King?
Epic earthbending champ king.
Yeah, who's over there like, I'm still riding the mine carts.
Doesn't he join the White Lotus, I think?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's like him, Aang's firebending master, and the waterbending master that was at the North Pole.
Yeah, when the White Lotus shows up during the final battles and shit, and I'm just like, old men unite!
And Uncle Iroh's leading the charge.
Yeah.
But, Nate, I take issue with one thing you said about Boomy, with him being the champ. We all know that the boulder is the champ.
The boulder does not like being insulted by a little girl.
We all know that the boulder is the champ.
That's even like another great thing about this show is that you get stupid characters that have great memes and jokes in them.
Oh, speaking of great memes, one of my favorite scenes with Toph is when she's like, "Oh my god, I can't wait till we get there," and they're like, "There it is!" And they'll like look and like that's what it's gonna look like when we actually get there. And she's like, I'm blind. Oh, Toph is the best.
Such a great show.
Anyways, let's move on. I don't know who's next.
Nate.
Okay, me. Then my next one is Kenan Kel.
Not a fan.
Really?
What about you, Ty? Did you like the show?
I don't think I ever watched it.
Party of one over there, Nate.
You know what? I'm fine.
I
with
like
that.
orange soda.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that.
It ran from 1996 to 2000, and it was just a really good comedy in my opinion. And when they came out with Good Burger, I was just so happy.
Oh wait, so it's Good Burger? I thought Good Burger was the movie and Kenan Kel was the spinoff. Is it the other way around?
I think it was the other way around, buddy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't really watch that show.
I mean, I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember when Good Burger came out. 97.
The most I've seen Kenan Thompson on is SNL.
Yes, he has transitioned from the All That show or 90s
Yeah, all
kind of
that,
thing.
which was like kids SNL.
Yeah, to SNL and was just took off.
Well, did you see that they just announced a Good Burger 2?
Yeah, I think you actually told me about
Yeah.
that.
Ty, you excited?
I've never seen Good Burger,
Neither have I.
but I could go for a Good Burger right now.
Yep.
Good Burger is
Party of
just
one.
a hilarious movie against the corporations of like fast food.
The only thing I know about
And,
Good Burger is the line, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?" And I only know that from like the memes.
Yes, yes, that is.
Nate, unfortunately, you'll have to enjoy that Good Burger by yourself.
And Nate,
That's
you
fine.
if you have to enjoy the Good Burger 2 exclusively streaming on Paramount Plus.
Nice.
Well, there goes
Nice.
that free trial they probably have. I'll use.
Just make a new email account.
Nate, it's
I don't think
time for
I've-
just
I haven't used a free trial with them yet.
you just gotta hunker down and just be a subscriber to Good Paramount Plus.
I'm a
Good Burger.
subscriber to everything else already.
Take
Good
one
Burger
out.
Plus.
Yeah, Good Burger Plus, Kenan Kel's streaming service.
At this point,
It's-
I should have just kept Dish.
You know, I haven't seen Good Burger, but I've heard that it's all that.
Oh, he's got the jokes.
But yeah, it was Kenan Kel was a good show. If you liked kind of family comedy mixed with just weird humor,
Nate,
that was the show to go to.
did Good Burger have a lot of feuds in it? Was there a lot of beef in there?
Yes, actually, there was. That's actually the main theme of the movie is that the other restaurant is like using some weird growth hormone in their burgers to make the burgers grow, even though that I don't think is how growth hormones work.
It is. Just like, don't even worry about it.
I mean, we know you don't know how they work because you're 5'3".
I am 5'8", not 3.
Wow, you're so short over here at me with like 5'9", but that's fine.
Yeah, 1 inch shorter than you. But anyway, my height isn't up to debate. I'm sort of taller than my hero Wolverine, so that's fine.
Backclaw.
I should.
Anyway.
Raislin, you're next.
I'm next.
Kenan and Kel, great show. Y'all should have gave it a shot.
Nah, that was one of those shows I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. I turned it on for like 10 minutes. I'm like, this sucks, and I turned it off.
Which is so weird, because I really do feel like it's your type of humor.
Again, Raceland as a little kid is different than Raceland as a trolley adult.
True. Okay, you should.
Having watched Where's the Money, I feel like maybe
You should give it a shot.
you should give it a shot.
Ty, you were never letting that go.
Nope.
No
Anyways,
kidding.
we're going to move on to my number 5.
All right.
My number 5 was a show that lasted from 2003 to 2007. I have a feeling it's on everybody's list, and it is Danny Phantom.
Yep, that's my
Hey,
number 5.
looky, my number 1.
Hey, number 1. Wow. So, Nate, you can go ahead and start off on this one. Why is it your number 1?
I'm a big fan of supernatural media, and the animation style. Butch Hartman did a great job with this, and the characters were just actually all of them were just really good. I can't think of a single character that I didn't like in that show.
I am the box ghost.
Even Box Ghost was funny. Like,
But yeah,
Guys,
and
wait,
then-
but
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
you liked Box Ghost, but not Carl Weezer.
because
And they
Box
have the
Ghost
same
didn't
voice.
go on about saying, "Oh, Danny, your mom is hot." Like, fuck that.
So, guys, don't you think we should like maybe talk about what this show's about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here, I'll do it. I got it. So, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine.
Copyright.
It was designed to view a world unseen. He's going to catch them all. Not Pokemon, but Ghost, because he is Danny Phantom.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
YouTube. He couldn't help himself.
I knew you were going in that route the moment you said, "I got it." Oh, yeah.
But no, I love the show because, like, as a kid, I always wanted superpowers. This dude could turn into a ghost. How cool is that? Like, it could go through
Pretty
things,
cool.
possess people. There's so many possibilities he could use his powers for.
Yeah. They even showcased that when they introduced older Danny.
And you got some cool villains like Vlad and some other villains, but Vlad was
By the
really
way,
cool.
older Danny was, well, the ultimate enemy, which is what I think that special was called.
Yes.
I don't remember that. What special is that?
The ultimate enemy?
Yeah, I think it's called Ultimate Enemy.
There was an evil Danny?
Oh,
Yeah.
Raceland, you haven't seen the best Danny Phantom?
I don't
Yeah,
think
dude,
so.
like-
I don't think I ever saw that.
You need to go
Older
and watch that.
Danny.
It's so good.
Is
It
it? I
is.
didn't know this.
Yeah, there's an episode where like older Danny in the future has like, I don't want to spoil too much, but he's bad, and it's really good.
Okay. Wow.
It is definitely worth going back to watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say is everybody's favorite character of Danny Phantom?
I mean,
I am the box ghost.
Of course.
Skulker's pretty cool.
Is Skulker the dude that's like Kraven the Hunter style, where he's just hunting ghosts?
Yeah, he's got a flaming head.
That dude's cool. I do like that guy.
Oh, the Fright Knight. We gotta love the Fright Knight.
Which one's Fright Night?
He's like a suit of armor ghost that comes out at Halloween. He's like the spirit of Halloween.
Oh, I think I remember him. I think so.
so my favorite ghost would be Walker.
Walker's pretty cool. The
it's
Warden.
Danny.
Yeah. And then my favorite main
Actor.
character would probably be Danny.
Yeah, it's Danny. Danny.
Yeah.
Although, can we all agree that Sam, the girl, I feel like is the reason why a lot of teenagers back in the day were into like goth chicks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Sure you don't.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but
I feel like that was like a thing that like all the kids watched this growing up, and then like they became teenagers and they're like, goth chicks are my thing now.
I feel like the goth thing or goth chicks thing was before Sam though.
I don't know, man. People who are in their 30s now watched the show as a kid.
Gonna pretend like Evanescence didn't exist.
That's
Yeah,
true.
like,
That's true. But yeah, that is why Danny Phantom is one of my favorites. I love the idea of having
because
ghost
Sam
powers.
was a goth girl.
No, because I wanted ghost powers. Although Sam is a goth girl, yeah, sure.
No, I like having Danny's ghost powers would be awesome.
Epic.
not gonna
Epic.
lie. Especially
So-
when you see later on what all his capabilities are.
It's
Or you-
basically just the Spider-Man formula.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
mean,
The
you're
young
not wrong.
teenager gets powers. Even the bully, who looks like Flash Thompson, is also a fan of Danny Phantom. Like Flash is a fan of
What?
Spider-Man. I think his name is Dash. Even
Yeah,
so, like,
his name is Dash.
Huh. They didn't really even try to hide that one, did they?
no.
Can we all agree that Danny's dad is hilarious? How he's like, we're gonna find some ghosts at some point. They're always getting
Yeah.
away from us. The dang thing must be busted. It's a ghost tracker and it's pointing right at Danny. I don't know why they thinks he's a ghost.
I think I'm probably remembering this wrong, but I think they even indicated that the only reason Danny's mom fell in love with Danny's dad was because she mistook a poem that Vlad wrote her for something that he wrote her.
That's hilarious if that's true. If I remember right, didn't Danny's sister end up finding out that he's Danny Phantom?
Yep.
Yes.
I thought so.
Oh, we also, another Spider-Man thing is that we get a clone of Danny.
There's a
We
clone
do.
of Danny?
Yep.
Yeah, Danny.
Danny with an I because it's a girl.
Yeah.
I don't even... Man, it's been a while since I watched this. I don't remember that at all.
Man.
And one of his villains rides around on a goblin glider.
Does he
does.
really?
Yeah, Cree. I don't remember her name, but she's voiced by Cree Summers.
Dude, they weren't even pretending to hide that they're just ripping off Spider-Man. That's so funny.
Butch Hartman knew what he was going, what he was doing with this.
So yeah, that's my number 5 is Danny Phantom. I don't know who's next. Somebody go.
I think it's me, but I only have one left, so I'm gonna say Blue's Clues and go ahead, Nate.
Blue's Clues.
I'm saving my real one for when we're at the end of the list.
All
Okay.
right. Well, the only one I have left now because y'all have mentioned all of mine.
Do you want me to... Wait, hang on. I've got 5 more. Do you want me to just do them really quick? Or 4 more? I got 4
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, just
Just go through it and we'll all do our number one at the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is a spin-off series. Nate knows what it's going to be. It was on from 2012 to 2014, and that is The Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Am I the
yeah.
only one that watched Legend of Korra?
I watched the first season. I wasn't into it.
Oh, I love Legend of Korra so much.
I just haven't gotten around to seeing it yet.
It pains me. Dude, I love Legend of Korra because it literally continued the story of Avatar. But that doesn't fall into your trope, Nate, because Legend of Korra is a completely different story. The only
Oh my
similarity is that it's set 100 years later.
So what you're telling me is that it's set in the same continuity as that Avatar. Okay.
Anyways, Legend of Korra, she's like a completely different Avatar than Aang. Like, her personality is complete opposite of Aang. And that's what they were going for. They wanted we did the goody two-shoes guy. We want the hard, badass chick now. And thus we got Korra.
Yeah, everything I know about her is that she's basically just the super tough as nails, martial arts style kind of.
And without getting into too spoilers, I think it's ironic that they kind of like flipped the script, like I said, with the Aang versus Korra thing, because Aang was a natural airbender and had struggled learning the other 3 elements, while Korra was natural at all 3 elements, but she struggled hard with airbending.
Yeah. Okay.
Another reason why I also love this show was that later on in the series, they really focused hard on the spirit side of Korra. They were going into the spirit world, and one of my favorite episodes is actually them explaining the origin of the Avatar. They explain how the Avatar was created from the very first Avatar. And without, again, getting too much spoilers, they explain how the world was like, that with going into that lore of like the world was on giant turtles' backs, and that's how the world used to be. Spirits ruled the world, and humans were like a subspecies compared to the spirits, and then obviously everything changed. But yeah, the lore in that show just expands on Avatar so much, and that's why I love this show so much.
I'm just looking at the season titles, and the first season is Air.
Yep, it's literally all about Korra learning to be an airbender.
Just
Yeah.
breathe, forehead.
And dude, I will say, Korra has some insanely dark moments. I would say Korra has the best villains out of both Korra and Avatar. I think Korra has the best villains.
Ah, come on.
Dude,
Better than Jet?
How you gonna better than Fire Lord Ozai?
Yeah, dude, one of the
Voiced by
villains,
Mark Hamill.
one of the villains is an airbender who straight up murders people by like taking their air. He puts it like an air dome around their head and just sucks the air out of their life and just kills them.
Like force chokes him.
Yeah, dude, that dude is my favorite villain out of all of Avatar and Korra.
I will say that one of my favorite things about the Airbender franchise is the thinking outside the box of what you can do with these elemental abilities. For like the water bending, you have blood bending. Earth bending, you have steel bending or metal bending.
Oh, on that.
For fire, you have lightning for some reason.
Yeah. Heat, energy, I guess.
On that note, Nate, it's kind of ironic in Korra, they have an entire city made of metal, and the whole police force is run by like these metal benders. Who is in charge is the daughter of Toph.
Okay.
Toph's daughter runs the police force.
I wanna bring it back to something Nate said just a few minutes ago. Did you call Jet a villain?
I never even mentioned Jet.
You're saying
You mentioned Jet.
Wasn't Jet the villain?
I mean,
No.
he was kind of a villain. He was trying to
Wasn't
burn
he trying
down.
to wipe out
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of innocent people?
Yeah, he was just like, they're
Get
part of the
Fire Nation.
Yeah, but not everybody in the Fire. That's like saying every German in World War II was evil.
Look, I'm just saying Jet did nothing wrong.
Jet tried to murder a bunch of
totally
innocent
did.
people. Like, he 100% is a villain.
Jet did nothing wrong.
Like Jet was cool until we realized that he was.
Jet had the coolest
kill innocent
weapons in
people.
It
Avatar.
was pretty cool how they brainwashed him and left him to die.
I don't remember that part. When did they brainwash him?
This
The secret police in Ba Sing Se.
isn't the Winter Soldier, bro.
That's what they did to him, though.
I simply don't remember it though.
I do remember them doing something like that, yeah. Oh, yeah, because then, like, Katara confronted him and she's like, I don't even know who you are.
Is that why he tried to kill those innocent people?
No, that was before.
No, that was just a mistake.
No, that was him trying to kill a bunch of innocent
That
people.
was just a mistake.
Look, he learned his lesson.
Did he?
He said he was sorry.
Okay. That's how it goes.
I think he was still trying to get in Katara's pants at that point.
Nah. Jet did nothing wrong. Anyway, we gotta move on.
Yeah, so back to what I said. That's why I picked Korra. Korra's awesome. Everyone needs to watch Korra.
Sure. All
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Cool.
All
And I
right.
don't think there's any comics to ruin Korra.
Oh, there is something that ruins Avatar and Korra, though.
That's fine.
They do a flashback showing, like, Aang and all of his posse as, like, an adult. And Aang makes some very questionable decisions in that show, in the flashback episode.
He tried to
They have to
drown a bunch of people.
No, it's like it was
He's
more
not
like,
Jet.
it was more like they were, like, doing a council thing, like, trying to decide on this person should be put to death or not, or arrested, one of the two. And he just basically sided with, like, oh, yeah, no, he does nothing wrong. Like, he tried to kill a bunch of people, Aang. No, he's fine. He didn't do anything wrong.
He was thinking of Jet.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking of Jet and how he should have treated him better.
But yeah.
I mean, I understand why a sequel series would try to do something like that so that because you have to have character flaws. And once Aang pretty much gets rid of his naive attitude about everything, like he's a little too goody two-shoes at that point.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that writers do with Superman nowadays, they want to try to introduce drama to the character.
I also don't know if this is true or not, but I saw it trending for a while. They're in talks of making a sequel series of Avatar. It's supposed to be in between Avatar and Korra, so it's literally going to be the Avatar gang as adults. I don't know how true this is, but they're talking about it.
I know
just imagine
Netflix is doing a live action series.
Yeah, but they've been talking about that for like 5 years now.
I just imagine them doing, or just basically making the comics into an animated show.
Maybe.
Which
But we gotta move on, man.
Okay. What was your next one?
Oh yeah, that's still me.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Drake and Josh from 2004 to 2007. Anybody watch that?
It's gonna take some time to realign.
Here we go. More copyright.
This was a show I would put on in the background, but not really pay attention to.
Yeah, I've seen probably every episode of Drake and Josh.
Exactly. I think I've gone through every episode of like 5 or 6 times.
But I will say it is a perfect background show.
Agreed. I remember when I was sick in school and I'd stay home from school and they would have marathons. Huh? What'd you say?
I said faking it.
Maybe. But they'd have marathons on and they had Drake and Josh, like the entire series would run all day and I'd just stay at home just watching Drake and Josh.
Okay.
Drake and Josh was the perfect, like, if I had a brother kind of dynamic, it's like I would love to have their kind of relationship.
Hug me, brother.
Right. Although I could, not leave with the no Megan. I don't want Megan in my life because she was a menace.
That was the sister?
Yes, the one that tormented
Miranda
the crap out of me. But
now,
she was a total menace to them.
Okay.
I like how Josh worked at a movie theater. I was like, man, I wish I worked at a movie theater.
It made you think, like, maybe movie theater life would be so cool. And then, like, as an adult, you look back and like, working at a movie theater would suck ass.
Yeah, you'd have to clean up everybody's messes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I don't even like cleaning up after my own messes.
I've seen people at the movie theater, like, literally just take their entire thing of soda and candy and popcorn, just dump it on the floor.
Yeah,
I've also seen you do that, Raceland.
When have I ever done that? Never done that. Never
Audience,
done
I'm
that.
joking.
I know. Somebody listening is probably like, wow, screw that guy, and just turns the podcast off.
No, I like Drake and Josh. I like Crazy Steve, who also worked at the movie theater.
I love how he ended up being on iCarly. Isn't he like the brother?
Yeah, he's
of
Carly's brother.
Yeah,
Spencer.
Yeah, I think it's ironic. Dude, that dude is hilarious, and he's like, "Shut up! Don't bother me! Don't talk to me!"
It's pretty good.
Or the fact that Josh ran over Oprah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember that episode?
I didn't pay attention when I put it on
Yeah, there's
the
an
background.
episode, if you don't know, Josh was obsessed with Oprah for some reason. And that Oprah was doing some kind of like live taping where they were was it LA? Was Drake and Josh in LA? Yeah, and they went down to see Oprah and they were arguing and it ended up becoming like a slap fest or something like that. And Josh wasn't paying attention and ran over Oprah. She slammed into the the hood of the car.
Oh shit!
It's so funny.
I like the episode where they do the Blues Brothers thing.
Oh, that is a great episode.
A Blues Brothers thing, eh?
See, Nate? Time to rewatch it. Get Paramount.
Stop pushing Paramount. They're not sponsoring us.
No, but I want them to. But no, Drake and Josh was awesome. I would say Drake and Josh is my favorite live-action Nickelodeon show. And it's the one I watch the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not on your list, to be honest, Ty.
I forgot.
So when you think Nickelodeon, you weren't thinking live-action stuff.
I was thinking cartoons and stuff, and then I realized yesterday that there is some live-action stuff I watched, and it was mostly just Drake and Josh, and I figured maybe one of y'all would have it on there, so...
Hey, you can always count on me. Yeah, Drake Bell isn't doing too well nowadays, so I don't think there's going to be a reunion. I don't think there's going to be a reunion show. They were talking about it for a while, and then a lot of stuff came out about Drake Bell, and they're like, nah, we don't need to do that.
He really got into the idea of kids being his main demographic.
Oh, no, let's not go down that road. Nate, do you even know what we're talking about?
Not at all, but I'm here for it.
A lot of child stuff going on with Drake Bell.
Yeah,
not great.
Shame.
Yep. So that is my number 3, is Drake and Josh. I guess there's one more for
what's
me.
What's your number 2? Yeah.
My number 2 is the longest running show on Nickelodeon. I hope I don't steal anybody's thunder. And that is SpongeBob SquarePants.
That is my number one.
Hey, my number one is Avatar, so we already covered that one. So yeah,
I specifically came on this show because I didn't think either one of you would have SpongeBob on your list.
Absolutely.
Raceland loves that show.
Oh, I love
didn't
that
know
show.
I just knew that Nate hated it, and I wanted to make sure that I was here to make sure it got some love.
It's not that I hate the show; it's that I don't care about the show.
Well, I don't care about your opinion. So.
I know you don't.
You know, it's kind of funny is there's a guy at my work. He is 40 years old, and I asked him, "Hey, what's your favorite show on Nickelodeon?" He goes, "Oh, easily SpongeBob." I'm like, "Oh, that's surprising." He goes, "I would say SpongeBob's probably my favorite show of all time." I'm like, "What?"
I don't know that I would go that far, but it is really funny, and it has been on for a very, very long time.
1999 is when it started, and it is currently still running.
That's amazing.
Really? I figured it would hit rerun.
No, and I think this one, South Park, and The Simpsons are like the 3 longest running shows of all time. Because South Park and SpongeBob both came out in 1999, and they're both continually running.
Wow. I mean, that's impressive. I give them props, and some of the episodes are really good.
Nate, what do you not like about SpongeBob? Can you give me some negatives of SpongeBob?
I mean, it's not really any negatives that like I said, it's not anything I don't like. It's just nothing that I really care about.
SpongeBob's so funny though.
Cartoon about a sponge in the ocean.
Okay. It's the
funny.
It's the humor. It's the style of humor that they go with. That everybody is just so stupid. It's
and they
so
have
stupid.
jokes for adults too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just nothing really like hit me as extraordinary.
Oh man, that's so sad. Ty, who's your favorite character on SpongeBob?
Mr. Krabs.
I like
or
money.
Squidward. I really like Squidward also.
It's 100% Squidward. Like
the older I get, the more like I identify with Squidward.
Ty, do you remember that episode with Patrick where there's a whole thing is that he's so worried about his parents visiting, and then he turns out they're not even his parents. He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that you're not my parents."
Oh, that's right, Janet. We don't have a son.
Both the parents and Patrick just didn't realize that they don't have kids or those aren't his parents.
Do these two belong to you? They've been standing outside my house saying, "Where's Patrick?" all day.
Sounds hilarious.
It's very funny.
It's so funny. So you gotta admit, SpongeBob not only produces the best memes of all time, but they promote the best GIFs. Like, SpongeBob humor is just so funny. All the SpongeBob memes throughout all of the internet's history is the best. If anything...
Nate's just not buying it.
If anything, Nate, you can at least appreciate the memes, okay?
I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
We could... Ty, I feel like you and me, Ty, could just sit here and quote hilarious episodes in SpongeBob, and Nate would just be like, "Yeah,
my sister and I routinely quote SpongeBob to each other."
SpongeBob's just fantastic.
If nothing else, I'm glad that it brings family and friends together.
Dude.
I love money.
Come on, man, Plankton's the best villain.
I love Plankton.
He's so funny. Ha 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 ha. When he makes
Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player. Mediocre?
Dude, come on, Nate. What about the is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
And then
horseradish isn't an instrument either.
He's like, "Oh, sorry." And then come on, what about the football performance? That's one of the best episodes ever made.
The more I hear, the more I feel like Squidward would not want to watch this show.
No, he doesn't want to be there.
There's an entire episode where Squidward tries to move away, and he ends up missing SpongeBob.
And I am Squidward.
Like, real talk. like if SpongeBob was like an Adult Swim show or something, Squidward would probably just kill himself.
Squidward would become Kenny. He would just want to murder himself every single time he shows up and SpongeBob is in the show.
I like when they steal Mermaid Man's belt, which, by the way, Nate, if you don't know, Mermaid Man
Aquaman,
is Aquaman, except he wears a seashell bra.
And he's old as shit.
Starfish bra, I thought.
Yes, yeah. And like they steal his belt and they discover the shrink ray, and they accidentally shrink Squidward, and Patrick's got him in his hand. And he's holding him up in his hand, and he's like, I wonder if a fall from this height would kill me.
Oh, shit. I mean...
And then he's like...
The stuff they get away with on that show.
And then they're like, turn me back now! And he's like, you don't understand, SpongeBob. You have it for M for Minnie. You gotta flip it back upside down for W for Wumbo.
So, okay, who's your favorite characters of this
show? You stay away from my funeral. I really like Squidward.
Yeah, Squidward is definitely my favorite character.
Okay.
But you gotta shout. I also gotta shout out Patrick. Patrick's hilarious.
Yeah, and shout out to Gary.
Meow.
Yeah. Of what I've watched and enjoyed, I would say probably Sandy is probably my favorite character.
Nate, is enjoyed like in quotes when you say that?
No, I do find some of the episodes pretty funny.
All right, here's
Look, if you hate SpongeBob, just say so. We get it.
I don't hate the show.
Ty,
you cannot care about a show without hating it.
Ty, this is the important question. I know this is gonna be tough, but what is your favorite episode?
The one where they make the night shift at the Krusty Krab. That's not even a tough question. It's either that or Band Geeks.
What about the episode where they learn about the cuss words on the dumpster?
That's pretty good because every time they curse, they make dolphin noises to censor it.
Krabs is a.
Someone wrote on this dumpster. Squidward smells good.
I've seen that meme.
Yeah, I used that recently.
Okay, yeah, I was like, that actually sounds familiar.
Or the episode where they have Mr. Krabs has him paint his house, and he's freaking out about getting anything messy, and it's just like comes off with saliva. Oh, I could go on for days talking about how great episodes of SpongeBob are.
They had an episode with the panty raid.
Oh, they did. You're right.
Oh, okay, got a little Revenge of the Nerds style episode, I guess.
Dude, you're right, Ty. They get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and of course, when like Mr. Krabs is trying to be young Nate, and he's hanging out with SpongeBob and Patrick to see what younger people are into, and of course, SpongeBob and Patrick take him through all this lame shit all day. So he's like, you guys are geeks, you guys are nerds, and Patrick's like, I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. So he takes them on this panty raid, and it ends up being Mr. Krabs' mom's house.
Oh no.
It's pretty good. It's a good show.
Man.
It's my favorite Nickelodeon show of all time.
It's my second favorite. Like I said, if Avatar's writing wasn't so good, SpongeBob will be number one, but man, I love SpongeBob. All right, Nate, I think you still have your number one to go, right?
My number 3, because we've already been over everything else.
What's your last one?
Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
I was wondering when this was going to be mentioned.
Almost put that on my list.
I've never seen a single episode.
This would be my favorite live-action Nickelodeon show.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
Mainly because, like, it's kind of how I wished high school was. Just a bunch of weird-ass shit going on, and, like, his best friend is a cyborg that makes absolutely no sense because the only thing that makes him a cyborg is that he's good with computers and his glasses are connected to somehow every technology they have.
Named Cookie.
Cookie, yes. And yeah, it was a fun high school romp. Another will they won't they for you, Rayson.
Yeah, like I said, I probably would have liked it growing up. I never
And
watched a single episode.
and I, you know, it would really be unfortunate if I didn't mention that the guy that plays Ned is in Where's the Money?
Is
He
he?
is. Yes. He's one of the frat bros.
No way. That's so funny.
I think he's the main frat bro, isn't he?
Yes. Yes.
See,
Yes.
that's why I like that movie so much.
Yeah. So now you just got to watch the show.
See, Nate, you should have liked the movie a lot more, seeing as that he's in that show. Or in
Again,
that movie.
I said that movie was It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Ty's
And
one
I
who
s-
despises that movie.
And I said, I'll never forgive you.
Lyman Wolf podcast movie review coming at you guys.
Oh, please no.
You can just go listen to the old episode. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it again.
But yeah, I was wondering when this was going to be. I honestly thought this was going to be your number one, Nate.
No, it's my number one live action, but Danny Phantom is my number one all time Nickelodeon show.
Cool.
But this show, it also did have like outlandish tips and stuff, but some of the tips actually were pretty nice. They were pretty good for helping you deal with certain things in high school.
Like,
Changing your classes and whatnot. It actually something I didn't even realize you could do, which once you have actually like put your classes in, I didn't even realize you could change your classes at a certain point.
Of course you can.
And I didn't know that. I didn't really care either, but it was nice to know that. And then some other stuff where like dealing with personal issues during high school. So it was just a nice little slice of life high school thing.
oh, good anime.
Good
I
anime.
like I said, I never watched a show. I could see it be. Is it comparison to it would be like That's So Raven? Is that a good comparison?
Not really.
No. Okay.
Honestly, never watched That's So Raven, so I don't know.
I was just thinking, survival school kind of thing. It's kind of
Oh, man. When we're going to do the top 10 Disney shows.
Oh, it's on my list. Don't worry. We're doing Cartoon Network. We'll
get there.
We're doing Cartoon Network, Disney, and Kids WB.
Oof.
We'll get there eventually. But I guess anything else, guys? Any other shows?
I thought Ty had his.
No, SpongeBob was my last one.
Okay.
They did a Ninja Turtles cartoon that I hear was pretty good.
I'm actually surprised nobody mentioned Cat Dog or...
Shit, I forgot about Cat Dog.
Yeah, I was waiting for
wasn't
it.
a big fan of Cat Dog.
Oh,
Why?
come on, man.
You like cats and dogs.
I do.
And what about Winslow?
What about Winslow?
The show itself, it was mediocre.
What?
Again, it was one of the shows I'd put on in the background and just kind of veg out. Whatever.
Break his heart.
It's okay.
That's
He's used
messed up, dude. How could you...
Mediocre. You didn't even put it on your list.
It almost made my list. It was going to be an honorable mention, but I didn't want to have a bunch of honorable mentions.
We didn't talk about Rocco's Modern Life. We
I
didn't
didn't
talk
like
about
that
Ren and
show.
Stimpy.
Didn't like
I
that show
didn't.
either.
Ren and Stimpy don't like Rocco's Modern Life. I enjoyed, but at most it would have been an honorable mention for me.
My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh, I actually forgot about that. That is a good show, really good one. I don't think it would have made
Okay.
the list.
I'm Googling Nickelodeon shows from the 2000. Apparently there was a show called Little Bill, and it's a show about Bill Cosby as a kid.
Yes,
That's a Nick Jr. show.
that was like a preschool kind of show.
Oh, no. I don't think that holds up.
To be fair, that was before all that came out.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck?
Same with Fat Albert and everything.
We didn't talk about Angry Beavers.
Oh, that's another one.
I'm not a big fan.
Damn, we didn't talk about As Told by Ginger.
Honestly, I don't even really remember. I know I watched a couple of episodes, but I don't remember much of it.
There's also the Amanda Show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
Amanda Show.
that was a procedural, or however you say it, like a skit
Dude.
show.
Yeah, it was a skit show. Yeah.
I forgot about this show. You ever seen the show Cat Scratch?
Does
No.
not ring a bell.
It's a show where it's about 3 cats. One of them's a black, like, devil-looking cat. The other one's, like, this derpy, like, long cat. And the other one's a fat pork. Look up, just Google Cat Scratch. Dude, I remember watching this show, man.
I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay, Nate can look it up.
I looked it up. It does look like a wrestling show.
I do remember liking that show.
We didn't talk about the Penguins of Madagascar.
What about the Naked Brothers Band TV show?
I liked that show, but it like I don't know. It as the longer it went on, the less funny I found it.
You don't like King Julian?
Actually, no, I don't like King Julian. He's an annoying character for me.
Come on,
Thought you
man.
liked to move it.
I don't.
Nate's the most like non-move it guy I know.
He definitely does not like to move it.
Yes, I'm much more of a stay in and read and not move at all.
What a nerd.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm looking at our socials. We didn't have any comments, so I guess that's it for the podcast today.
I guess that's it.
I would say so.
Before we go, Ty, do you have anything you want to plug? Any channels or anything like that?
No.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure anymore.
Nope.
All right, Nate. Ty, thank you guys for coming on the show. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate you taking time
Thanks
out of
for
your day.
having me.
Like I said, we're gonna do Cartoon Network and all that stuff at some point. You're welcome to join us if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I can. I'll have to look up Cartoon Network shows, but yeah.
Cartoon Network, Disney shows, and see Kids WB at some point.
You're not gonna do the Fox box?
What the hell's the Fox box?
It was
back
Fox's
when
Kids
Fox
thing.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Fox Kid? What kind of shows from
Back
Fox
when-
Kids?
That was the Teenage Mutant
Spider-Man?
Turtles
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
X-Men, stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all Disney stuff now.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for Ty, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.